Marshall amplification. What are some of the things that pop up in your head when you hear the word Marshall? Are you thinking of Jimi Hendrix in front of a wall of stacks and plexis on top of them? Maybe you're even thinking a little further back with John Mayall and the Blues Breakers with that iconic combo amp. You could even go, full out 80s with Zakk Wylde, or Motley Crue, Mick Mars with a big wall of stacks with JCM 800s on top of them, Slash even. There's so many iconic Marshall players and so many different Marshall amps over the years. The JCM 800 came out in '81, and this amp, the JCM 900, which what we're going to be talking about in this video, it came out in January of 1990. Now, this amp actually was supposed to be kind of a step up from the JCM 800. It supposedly has more gain, which it does. They put more gain in there, and it's supposed to be more quiet than the 800. A lot of people in the 80s were modding their 800s, and they always were pushing them with tube screamers. Even Metallica used 800s with like tube screamers and stuff. And chances are, if you listen to any rock and metal in the 80s, that more than likely they were using a JCM 800. But this amp right here was supposed to be its kind of spiritual predecessor, whatever, the next, big thing from the 800. It was supposed to kind of take what was good of the 800 and kind of just make it a little bit more, kind of boost it, just give you a little bit more. It's more of a high gain thing, and it's even called a high gain dual reverb. But this specific model right here that I have is, I think I dated it to like 93. So this is one of the original runs. This isn't like a new one that I bought recently. I got this one back in like 2006. It was back when I played with my metal band, and I used this amp quite a lot. A funny little story about this amp: when I first got it, which I ordered it off of eBay, and it came to the front door, and my band and myself were very excited to hook this thing up and jam it. So we get the thing down to the basement and hook it up and get to jamming on it. And no sooner than the tubes got hot, it was a crazy pungent smell was coming out of these tubes, and it was pot. So obviously whoever had this amp had a lot of fun jamming with this thing at their practice sessions. But my dad come downstairs, because it was reeking up the whole house. So I'm like 16, I guess, 15, 16. And it was kind of funny because he just wasn't taking no for an answer. We're like, dude, we're not even smoking any pot. We're jamming, man. And he just really thought that, because it smelled. It was crazy. But this amp has stuck with me since then. So I've had it for going on 20 years now, and I've really enjoyed it a lot. So if you've watched any of my videos, you see me sitting here and talking and doing my thing. That's this baby here on top of my cabinets here. I think it's a really cool amp, and when I first bought this amp too, I kind of looked it up a little bit, researched it. I think at the time Angus Young had used it some. I don't know how much he continued to use it, but during the 90s, I think a lot of big names kind of experimented and played with this thing. ZZ Top, I think, was using it and stuff. But this amp, it has that classic Marshall sound, definitely. So it definitely has that Marshall thing going on. The cleans and stuff are warm, and it like I said, the high gain, it's great for hard rock and metal and stuff. But I just wanted to jam it for you guys a little bit and just kind of share with you one of my favorite amps of all time that I've had for quite a while. And I want to show you some cleans on it and just show you a little bit of some other stuff, just kind of rip on it a little bit. But let's check out some of those cleans with my PRSC E24. All right, quick little fun fact, which you may have very well already known this, but JCM stands for James Charles Marshall. So that's what the JCM is for. This specific amp that I have here, when they first came out with them in the 90s, they had a model that you could switch from 50 to 100 watts with the little toggle. This one that I have is the 100 watt high gain dual reverb, which is just the dual channel. It's got two channels, A and B, and it's just 100 watts. That's it. But this amp has been great for me. I've loved it, you know, the whole time. I've had a couple different tube changes in it over the years and stuff, and it's been a really cool amp. I just wanted to jam this amp for you and show it to you, kind of show and tell day here at Ike's Jam Room. But let me know if you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have a JCM 900. Let me know if you have another Marshall that's your baby and that's more your style. You get the tones of it that you like. But just let me know what you guys think of this video, and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy stuff like this. We'll see you next time.